Next door, across the street.
How does the council know the name of all the people in the council? I don't understand that. They must be good. Yeah.
Yeah, when we had that other meeting, you were like, I didn't sign in yet. Like, I know how to get to. Thank you.
She was even friendly to us before she became a councilor.
Oh, that's good.
Usually they don't even talk to you until they become office. But she was like good before. And even Bill, before he ran for office, he was friendly with everybody. It was nice, yeah.
I got too many enemies. Gotta make friends. You know?
Is this, it's not on? Doesn't seem
Not?
on. Hello? Hello? Could you turn my mic off? It is working?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah, you
Okay.
got reverb and everything. You sound like a
Yeah, we planned
rock
it that
concert.
way.
You do karaoke out
Planned
there.
it that way. Okay, so welcome tonight. This is only the second of what's going to be multiple meetings regarding abutter concerns, questions, and solutions for the building of the new high school at 554 Lexington Street. For those of you who haven't met me or don't know me, I'm the ward counselor for Ward 2. And with me is Bill Hanley. He is the appointed liaison for the community and the school, the whole community in the school. So tonight's meeting, we want to hear from you. We want to hear what your concerns are. I will let you know that last week we had a lot of good things come up, and Bill has done the hard work of going back to all the organizations and committees and everything that he's in touch with in order to get the answers. We do have frequently asked questions that are already posted, and there'll be another one tonight from last week's, and then later on tonight's frequently asked questions will be posted. We're going to keep updating that, and if you have your invitation, there are ways to check Bill's all of his sites. You know, so I have extras of those if you want one. So I would like to ask that we give the abutters chance to speak first. Everyone can have a chance. But I'd like to go through, direct abutters first and address their concerns, and then with the time we have left, we'll go back around to a second time for people, or first if you're outside of the 500-foot radius. In the future, we will have 1,000-foot radius meetings for information only, and we're just not there yet. We want to kind of get like the meat of the issues first, and then we'll kind of spread out. Please state your name and address, and allow time for Bill to take down any notes, because anything that we can't answer right away we'll be getting back to you on. And unfortunately you will have to speak into the mic so that we're recording this, so I will take a fresh wipe and wipe it between people so that we don't spread any potential COVID. And we're adhering to social distancing, so I will be wearing a mask when I'm not speaking. And I think that's it. Any questions? I'd like to have Bill have a chance to introduce himself, but any questions so far? Okay. Would you like to tell?
Thank you, Karen. Yeah. So thank you all for coming. Second of 3 abutter meetings this month. Next one next Tuesday, same place, same time, all that good stuff. So a couple of things. So I like to kind of, I can hear the echo, set the expectations of what we're after tonight. So it's definitely can be summed up in how's this construction, large-scale construction, going to impact your daily lives and your property. So that's my job, is to be the conduit between any potential issues, welcome, and providing you with information on anything should it happen. Things will happen. We don't know to what extent. The overarching themes largely have been rodent control, noise and dust, traffic, of course, and blasting and rock removal operations. So most of the potential bad things that could happen are around all of those things. So as the construction project goes on, and it's going to be long, it's going to be 3+ years, that's what I hope to do, is to provide you with information and help you should the need arise. Obviously we hope it doesn't, but if and when it does, that's what the liaison between the school building committee and the neighbors will do. And then, as Karen mentioned, everything, there's a couple handouts here, some setback maps, and the flyer for these meetings, but it has my information, Karen's information, and the various websites and social media outlets that we fill up with information. So thank you for coming.
I'm also going to bring up the frequently asked question buckets. So Bill and I went through all of the questions and we kind of put them into some categories, and we're finding that the most frequently asked is questions about water flow. If you are downhill from the property, you probably experience some water, unexpected and unwanted water. Fencing surrounding the school regarding things like, are kids going to be trying to cut through to shave off time from walking if they're walking? Noise mitigation during construction and beyond, because this is going to be an active building forever, and we want to make sure that the people who live nearby are comfortable and protected forever. Pre-blast survey information. So anybody that's within a 500-foot radius is eligible for and should take advantage of a pre-blast survey. And we don't have all the details yet. As of last week, Mayor McCarthy was still researching and getting quotes on the companies that we want to use for that. But we will get more into that as we get closer. There was a question about whether or not the pre-blast survey people were going to just knock on your door. And I think one of the things that came up, at least in some emails to me this week, was we want to make sure that whatever company it is, that they go ahead and they book appointments with people, especially during COVID. You don't want to just open the door to anyone. And lastly...
Should we expand on that? It was one of the big questions last week.
It was, yeah.
So, I have to be less loud. I do want to thank, though, Mayor McCarthy for coming, and also school committee member Teddy Terrell. Thank you for coming as well. So regarding the blasting inspections, so Consigli, who's the construction manager for the project, will hire a blasting company, and that blasting company has certain rules they have to follow by state law. So it's very highly regulated. They have to have firefighters on site anytime they blast. They have to carry insurance, and they have to make up to 3 attempts to neighbors to the actual blast hole. So they will measure from each hole they're going to fill with explosives, and they're going to go from the radius of that, and they will make 3 attempts. And again, it's not 3 times knocking on your door. It could be phone calls, it could be knocking on your door, and they have to make 3 attempts and document the dates and times they made those attempts. And obviously all this information will be publicized. So that blasting company, whoever they may be, we don't know who they are yet, will hire an independent company to do those 3 attempts. So there are companies out there that do outreach for these kind of large-scale projects, and it will be that company who will try and contact you all. So again, as we go through, feel free to ask any questions about that stuff.
I actually have a question. So are you saying that each time they go boom, they're going to go around and warn everybody?
No. One-time thing.
Okay. Oh, it's a one-time thing. Yep. Okay. But again, we can set appointments for your home to be surveyed and photographed and documented.
Appointments only.
Appointments only. Okay, good. Okay. Okay, so while you are, I'm off again.
Like you, huh? Doesn't like you? Let me change the batteries.
I already wore it down. Hello. Okay. Does anybody have any initial questions you want to dive in? We can. You want to start? Okay.
Hi, my name is Paula Hughes. I live at 588 Lexington Street, and I just had one quick question for Bill and maybe the mayor. Between last week's school building committee meeting on Monday, where Bill was announced, to be the liaison, and Tuesday's neighborhood meeting, why at no point in time were us abutters who were at the meetings or at the school building committee virtual meeting notified of the traffic commission meeting last week, where it would have been a lot of information that would be important to us as people that travel up and down Lexington Street to know about that meeting, so we could have gone. So if, Bill, you're going to be the liaison, you should be in charge of making sure that we know all that information. And the mayor was clear of that information. She should have made sure you knew it, and we should have known about that meeting ahead of time. I was fortunate enough to go to the meeting. We had it postponed for 2 more weeks so that people can get some information and go to the meeting with some questions. But I'd like to be more up to date with the important information meetings that we need to know about. And, it wasn't posted on the website. It wasn't posted anywhere.